maybe you might like Rumors. Rumors is, quote, a Guy Madden film. He's one of the directors in this movie. Stars Cate Blanchett and Alicia Vikander. Centers on the leaders of seven wealthy democracies get lost in the woods while drafting a statement on a global crisis, facing danger as they attempt to find their way out. Yes, so these seven democracies, I'm trying to remember which ones they are. Cate
Uh,
Blanchett is the Chancellor of Germany. What else, Eric? Japan,
Germany, Japan, Canada, United States,
Italy,
uh, sure. Um,
France. So
and
yeah,
probably England or
yeah,
UK or something
England,
like that.
England, and what? So there's jokes. I'm gonna spoil one of the jokes for Rumors, so you'll get the taste of it. The the U.S. rep, okay, I'm the U.S. rep here is played by Charles Dance, and Charles Dance is a celebrated British actor. He's
He's
playing
playing
the
the president of the
U.S.
United
U.S.
States.
president with an accent.
Yeah.
So that's an obvious. I'm not saying knock on the U.S., but it's an obvious joke because it's Charles Dance. You were thinking Charles Dance is such a great actor, he would affect some kind of American accent. Nope, it's still an English
Then
accent.
he kind of has like an air of gravitas about him.
Right.
No way in hell he would be elected. We only in here in America, for those of you out of the country, we only elect rapists, senile people, and criminals. We do not elect people like Charles Dance.
Well, what you just said right now is a little bit more biting. I think more biting humor than the humor in Rumors. We talked about corny dad jokes at the beginning of this podcast. There's all of these kind of jokes abound in Rumors. I mean, it's supposed to be funny that they're hanging out and drinking wine and eating food while they're drafting up this really, hopefully inspiring provisional statement out in a gazebo out in the forest. That's supposed to be cute and funny. And then there's this thing called, they look like zombies. They're called bog people because they're just, I think, human beings from 2,000 years ago that have been unearthed in this estate where they're at. And
No idea.
eventually we get to see who these bog people are towards the narrative. So again, that's some of the stuff that is part of the Rumors universe. So it's a satire. It's just corny humor, which could work for some. I'm going to tell you in a second if it worked for me. But Eric, did Rumors, with all of these things going on the smorgasbord of influences, did it resonate with you?
No, not really. This is definitely like a satire on, I guess, political leaders and their ineffectiveness. But I'm not interested in just politics in general. I'm interested in the fact that I think they're all garbage humans that
Mhm.
should not be in charge, and so I enjoy not paying attention to them as much as possible. So I'm guessing a lot of this went right over my head. But then talked to Bruce off in the messenger thing, and I guess I did get it. It's just pretty obvious and not much more than that. Yeah, I don't know exactly what Bruce's review on this is, but based on what we talked about off air, I think I got a pretty good handle on it. I think he probably feels the same about this as he does Don't Look Up. The difference is in this, you get to watch the political leaders kind of just do whatever they're doing in the forest.
Forrest, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, here's the satire. We're satires. Look at us satiring. With Don't Look Up, it's obvious, but you also see the fallout. You get to see watch all this poor decisions being made and their effects happen in real time during the movie. I'm not getting much of that from this. So most of the time I'm just watching it kind of confused. And I think you probably have to have a better working understanding of
Are you bored while you're
world.
watching it too? Are you bored as well as confused?
Oh yeah, yeah, by a lot.
Mhm.
When the giant brain popped in, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Other than that, I think you have to have a better working knowledge of world politics than I do to really get a lot of what's going on here. But at the same time, then you get to follow world politics, and quite honestly, it's just a bunch of clowns doing stupid crap. So why bother?
Okay. We have to, yeah.
Just ignore world politics, ignore world politicians rather.
Mhm.
Let me clarify that. Ignore world politicians and do what you can to ignore them and not listen to them and do exactly the opposite of what they say because what they say is
Maybe that's
probably criminal.
maybe that's what they maybe that's one of the the guiding lights of Rumors. Maybe that's what Galen Johnson, Evan Johnson, and Guy Madden, they are the three directors of Rumors, are trying to say. Currently, I believe it has a 6.5 rating on IMDb. I don't think Bruce liked this movie that much as well. I saw this movie just recently, just within the last hour. There were enough stupid jokes in this movie for me to enjoy the film. And yeah, it is a blatant satire that is like shooting fish in a barrel. Yes, it's trying to say that when seven big time leaders from the respective countries get together for the G7 summit, their main thing is just to draft some kind of provision statement about how to save the world and whatnot. Well, they're not doing a good job doing that. And then when these bog people start coming out of from the earth, they're obviously stressed out and they don't do the idea of them trying to draft a statement makes it even harder. I always had enough of a good time in this movie to actually give it a pretty almost a solid review. My big thing about this movie is, Eric, I don't know if you noticed, well, you probably did notice the time. It's 103 minutes. Movie could have been an 85-minute movie. I'm thinking maybe an 85-minute movie. Currently, it's sitting at on Rotten Tomatoes at 80% for the ratings. I'm giving Rumors 3 stars because there are some moments that I actually did laugh with. And Cate Blanchett, I always like to see her, and Alicia Vikander. Eric mentioned the brain. She has a memorable scene with a big brain, and it's a silly movie. It's not really that effectual, but I think I would still give it a mild recommend. All right, Eric, final thoughts and rating on Rumors.
This kind of feels this feels like if someone did a movie about Donald Trump and the whole movie was Donald Trump's bad.
Right.
Cool. But do you have anything else to say about that? He's also bad.
Good point, Eric. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I get Donald Trump's bad. Does it affect anything or how does it make you feel? Or are we gonna Donald Trump is bad.
Well, I mean, Eric, okay.
This has it's like a satire. And again, I mentioned maybe there's stuff I'm not picking
I
up
don't
on,
think so. I don't
but
think so. I think you pick up on everything on
this
this movie.
feels like a satire with nothing to say other than the base level what
Mhm.
everything.
Well, I
And
mean,
and
even if
and, and again, I'll bring up Don't Look Up. That's obvious, but we're still doing it. And
and
then the movie shows you we're still doing, where these things happen and these are the consequences, and we're still doing it today. It's obvious, but it's got something to say about it, and it's showing how this works in parallel to our own lives. I'm not getting any of that from this. I'm just getting politicians are bad or stupid or whatever. Now, I will say the very end of the movie, I'm not going to give away what it is. That was funny.
that was very good. And
Yeah, because it was so like it was like, of course. Yeah, that totally works. And the brain's cool. So I will give a half star for each. The half star for the ending and half star for the brain for a full star.
for one full star
One
from
one and
Eric.
a half, another half star because it was in focus.
That's one of Eric's.
I do not like this movie. Do not recommend it. If I would say if you got more out of this movie than I did,
Good on you.
uh
Yeah.
not good, not well, definitely good on you, but also fill me in because I did not get it.
All right. 1.5 stars.
Or as Bruce said, I think maybe I did get it. It just wasn't much there.
All right. Eric's rating for Rumors is 1.5 stars. I'm giving it 3 stars. Bruce, yeah, Eric already wrote what Bruce is going to give it. Let's listen to Cinematic and let's see what Bruce Perky gives Rumors. Spoiler alert. I know he didn't like that movie as well. I'm the biggest rating out of all three of them. Again, Rumors only in theaters October 18th.